What's up, everybody? We're live.
Woohoo!
We're missing a crew member. I hope we got the email. How is everybody? Pineburr, Steven, Foolish Mercer.
Let me get on
Hi,
here.
Kathy. Michael Bell, good evening.
Wow,
How
we
is
got
everyone?
full house, huh?
How's the crew doing?
Oh, look, there he is. He made it.
And all late.
Not very.
Yep, just went live.
What's going on? What is everyone doing?
Hello. Yes, Killer Clown time.
Yeah, boy. Oh, Mr. Michael Bell. I've been trying to run around and get things done.
Pineburr was first. Steven second.
They corrupted you too? Oh, the 5th of November. Yeah. Beating you tonight? What is she beating you with?
Pineburr's gotta leave.
Oh. Oh dear. That ain't good. Kathy Evans, hi. How are you?
Good, Michael.
I'm beating him with the wrench. Uh-oh.
I'm good over here.
That's an abuse of power.
So I figured tonight we'll, change the gears a little bit. I found some of these funny things that we used to do. These caught on tape kind of deals, and we'll look through them and see what's BS and what isn't.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
We'll let you guys decide.
You don't know.
Yeah, we do.
Wait till you
Yeah, we
see.
do. Yeah, we do.
I'm just throwing it out there. Throwing it out there.
Well, I hear some wind,
Yeah,
even
it's,
with my earbuds on.
Wind? What?
it's raining too. Real hard now.
Some people might not know that we are in the middle of a tropical storm / hurricane, whatever this one is this time.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's doing it
We didn't
hard
lose
now.
power yet.
Yet.
Hopefully
it
we
has
keep
just
it.
begun,
If I disappear in the middle of this, you'll know.
Yep.
or if any of us do. The
Mm.
wind is
Yes.
really picking up right now. I
You-
can hear it. Yeah.
You like these, Pineburr? Yeah, I think these are fun. These are fun to watch.
Yep. I enjoy them too.
All right, let's see what we got.
On camera, beginning from number 15. Child disturbed by a ghost.
Is that a prerequisite to have
Children
a
love
silly
to pull
voice to do
legs,
these
but I
top
doubt they'll
15s?
make a joke of something as serious as a ghost.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna start
Ghostly
doing them.
apparitions scare the hell out of adults. How much more kids? In this clip, we see a young girl playing in the sitting room unsupervised. She had earlier complained to her father that about some explainable beings disturbed her whenever she was alone.
Some
Her
old
dad
lady
passed it off as a
sitting
mere
there.
joke, but decided to
beating
record
me.
happenings after the complaints became more intense. That day, as she was busy with her activity, papers and pens began moving violently. The little child freaked out and ran for her dear life.
Wait a minute.
Those
A
were
fan.
blown.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were blown.
They look blown.
To record happenings after the complaints became more intense. That day, as she was busy with her activity, papers and pens began moving violently. The little child freaked out and ran for her dear life. Who wouldn't? Thank goodness that her father saw things for himself.
Yeah, it was blown. If you look at this paper at the very end, it lifts up there too.
Life. Who wouldn't? Thank goodness that her father saw things for himself.
Yeah.
Petite ghost. This footage.
What do y'all think? BS or is that real ghost? Real ghost footage.
The S has been B'd.
You know what? It's funny because I thought I saw her hair blow too. That's why I rebound it. But on second look, it didn't look like he blew her hair.
Yeah, I call BS on that one.
Yeah, the paper, the way it was reacting, not even just a breeze. I think that was a deliberate fan blowing. The fan's name was... Oh, so it is a ghost caught on camera because the fan's name is Ghost.
Nailed it.
There you go.
Steven, you're on the ball today, man.
He had the wrench taken to him.
Piper, did you beat some smarts into him?
I think.
Breeze, fan, yeah. I think we're all in agreement there.
Footage was taken from the interior of a closed boutique at night when men slept. Everything seemed to be normal until a ghostly image appeared on the screen. It was wandering across cloth racks for reasons unknown to everyone. While trying to make meaning of the appearance, it suddenly disappears from the screen. Not to worry, this isn't one of those hoaxes you're used to hearing on the internet because it's unedited CCTV footage, and no one was in the room at the time. Internet users speculate it's the spirit of someone that passed away or a customer who enjoyed their services until death. This isn't the first time store owners report eerie happenings at night. Prison Ghost.
That one was pretty
Because
good.
of the quality.
Well, he said it was unedited. Like, how do we know?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
I mean,
But physically, it looked right. The closest I was thinking was the IR light wasn't picking the person up enough, so they were just kind of blurred out. But then they get in front of the clothes rack, and I don't know. I've seen plenty of bugs on the lenses. That doesn't look like a bug. That's something. It looks like a person standing there, and the IR light's not picking them up correctly.
Yeah, what do y'all think it is?
if I knew our windows were, I was going to say like maybe a car driving by and the light reflecting off of something possible. But that
There's windows right there. You can see the windows
Yeah.
on the top of the black and white screen.
Yep.
Right
Sure
here?
can. Right there. Yep. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It could be?
Nah, I think it's just the IR camera. The light's not strong enough to pick up the person.
Yeah, but that one was definitely better than the blowing papers.
Yeah, the papers was whack sauce.
Yeah.
Good thing that if the power goes out, I would be completely shut off. Because you guys don't want to hear the screaming that will come from the living room from the child if the lights go out.
Is it dog?
Could have been 420 vape vibes, quite possibly.
For sure.
It seemed a little too intentional, like it was doing something to be vape.
Walking. Somewhat.
Yeah, but it was unedited footage.
With CCTV footage. Excuse me. My goodness.
I'd say.
It must have been that bean I had earlier.
Bean. You ate one bean? Prison Ghost.
Bean.
Prison Ghost. Because of
Hey,
the quality
Regan.
of the video, you
Hey,
may not make
Regan.
sense of the
Oh,
video,
Regan.
but I'll explain. This footage was taken in a disorganized prison and was captured by CCTV. Look closely and you'll see a strange black
I
figure
like how Rika
floating
just
around the
comes in and
prison
says,
cells.
"Hi."
It has access to all building corners and you're convinced that it's not human. Hundreds of inmates die in prison daily, and it wouldn't be out of place to imagine that a dead inmate came visiting. Did it forget an item, or was it waiting patiently for the right time to exert revenge? Nobody except the spirit knows. Freaky ghost.
Definitely a shadow of some sort.
Yeah, that's interesting. So it comes out of the...
What is up with that light up there?
I don't know.
Huge rat. Huge 4-foot tall rat. Oh, is that Cambodia? I ain't going to Cambodia.
It's ironic though, like somebody has a camera, because this camera's moving, like somebody's holding it. Like at that particular moment in time, they just happen to be standing there with the camera.
They might be recording the computer screen, watching CCTV.
That's possible too.
Yeah, it is. You can see the screen top right there.
Okay.
Yeah, when he moves it up, boop, there's the screen top.
I'm leaning towards rat. What do y'all think? Huge rat?
That is an awfully large rat.
I'm not sure.
Oh, it's a freaky ghost. Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, trying to get down with a ghost.
Freaky ghost in the house.
Freaky. They're gonna peg you.
Ray stance.
What?
What?
Everybody got quiet. What? What's going on?
He said race Dan.
So, oh.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Went brain dead for a second.
Hate when that happens.
You'd be out of there?
I'd be out of there too, my friend. Actually, no, I wouldn't. It's not true. I'd be like, that was awesome. I have to go over there now and see what that was. Energy low. That and no Powerball. I don't play the lotto, but
I know.
I feel you. I feel you on the caca.
I tried on the Powerball, and yes, disappointing. For sure.
It's tough to win the Powerball.
Puppy?
Puppy? She thinks a puppy?
That would be the dopest puppy ever. I would go there just to test your chest.
Chest?
To test your theory.
Chest that one. Hey, speaking of chest.
Yeah. Oh.
I bet nobody opened that one, huh?
Yeah, ain't nobody opening that. Especially when the obelisk says something.
Freaky ghost in the house. Most videos detail ghostly experiences encountered by humans, and little attention is paid to the animal kingdom. They are also affected by
Or
these
maybe
appearances
Rambo
and
after
could
a
get
few
scared
jacks.
too. In this video, the dog and cat
Nah,
are visibly
I'm usually
frightened and hiding
sober
from
when I
something
go
we
on
don't know about.
investigation, so
A man who is curious
I
and wanted
Rambo
to get
it
to the root of it
raw.
all sets a camera in his basement to capture all the paranormal activities. His gut feeling didn't let him down. His experience became one of those popular haunted house stories to grace our screen. Do you think his home needs some cleansing?
I don't understand why that can is sitting like it is with a broom up against it like that.
he's lazy.
Is that all it is, you think?
No.
And I hate when things fall like in a direction where you can't like see the other side of it.
Well, there's a reason for that.
Yeah, but I hate that, being used as evidence. So
Of course.
it's kind of like the typical, why is every apparition caught in 140p? Yeah, he was
What
scared.
was that?
Why would he immediately run? I would be interested. And why is the broom standing up still?
It's one of those special brooms. I don't know.
So Rican, what's new with you? What you been up to? We have a hurricane again. That's what we're doing.
It's a little calm right now.
Well,
Well, here.
don't jinx it.
Yeah, it was going crazy just a few minutes ago.
I ain't scared of no hurricane.
I don't like my power out. So,
Mysterious pantry door.
Mysterious pantry door. Thankfully, this video was shot many years ago when it's almost impossible to edit professionally and add effects like ghosts. Therefore, this evidence seems more believable. This young man sets a camera before his pantry door with shelves and no room to accommodate a person. He was waiting to see what would happen. Yes, something did occur. From the clip, you can see two hands from nowhere and even a face. At first, you believe there's a human lurking by, but when he opens the door, you'll see that no human can fit into that tiny space, except a child, of course. There's no child here, so what do you think?
What do you think? Hang on.
I think they squeezed a kid in there.
Is he muted?
My bad. I said, why was there a camera facing a closet door? It practically, that doesn't make sense that you would have a security camera facing a closet door.
Screen. Do you think his home needs some
I
cleansing?
think they set it up on purpose.
Mysterious
I don't know.
pantry door. Thankfully, this video was shot many years ago when it's almost impossible to edit professionally and add effects like ghosts. Therefore, this evidence seems more believable. This young man sets a camera before his pantry door with shelves and no room to accommodate a person. He was waiting to see what would happen. Yes, something did occur. From the clip, you can see two hands from nowhere and even a face. At first, you believe there's a human lurking by, but when he opens the door, you'll see that no human can fit into that tiny space, except a child, of course. There's no child here, so what do you think?
Slick editing, yeah. Piper's got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks
Slick
like
editing. Tired of getting bought out. Very good. I understand.
No more rain, huh, Michael? You get a little bit of rain over there?
Yeah, normal rain.
England's not known for their rain. I live in Seattle. It's raining? Say what?
Yeah, and the 140p, like when the door opens, it like has like a trail. Like these, you can see them right here. The trails.
You know, the trash.
But when he opens the door, you'll see that no human can fit into that tiny space, except a child, of course. There's no child here, so what do you think?
William Hope's work. William Hope's works.
You alright?
William Hope's his work.
No.
William Hope was one of the earliest spirit photographers.
What happened?
He has a portfolio of countless spooky photos, some of which were proven to be fake. People thought he was a fraudster. However, his works leave room for discussions to this day. In one of his photos, Charles Tweed Dale and his wife, her late father's background is seen in the background, although he wasn't there from the start. It is said that he reunited with them in death, probably because she misses her dad. Again, critics say this picture may be far from reality.
That just could be somebody adding faces in there.
Yeah, and still got a hose pipe ban. What does that mean?
Hose pipe ban.
And I like the fact that Steven talks like Chills now because of us.
Nice.
Good. I'm glad I can. We could enrich your lives. You're in constant training for the job you've been doing for years. Oy vey. She just needs to. She needs to just chills. That's terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I think a hose pipe, wouldn't it be like a hose? And, having a water hose outside? They must have a ban on it.
Yeah, possibly.
That's the way I take it.
Wait.
Are you froze?
Are you not allowed to run water? Is that what that means?
That's what I was taking it as.
Yeah, he's froze.
Wonder if he lost power.
Yep, power went out.
Yep. Oh, that sucks. He lost it for a long time last time. Ugh. That sucks.
And there he goes. Yep, power went out on his end.
She is screaming. I bet she did freak out. It was dark as you can't see in front of her. And I hope it comes
Terrifying
back on.
terrier.
Yeah.
Losing a pet isn't easy one bit,
Yikes.
especially if you created a special bond with them. In any case, you still need to find ways to move on. For this
Steven.
terrier, it's not just her owners that miss her. They had a playmate who was a bigger dog. Her death took a toll on the big dog that no one understood. A few weeks later, a photographer captured her friend, but there was a slight twist. You'll see something like the deceased terrier sitting somewhere in the dog's back if you look closely. Is this one of those tricks? Or maybe the terrier hasn't had enough of the earth and wants to stay a little longer. If you have explanations for these questions, drop them in the comment box. The brown...
That looked like something was photoshopped.
Yeah.
Before Photoshop was a thing.
A little bit of photoshopping going on.
Just my opinion. But
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking, Michael. You didn't see this message, but it came through on the chat and the replay chat.
okay.
If
yeah, I
we have
didn't
more,
see.
if we have more than a week of dry weather in the summer, they ban us from using the hose pipe in the garden.
Yeah. Well, we don't have that many bans. We have fire bans when it's really dry. But I don't
Pareidolia,
think.
taxidermy. He glued it to its butt. Yeah, probably.
Brown Lady of
Raynham Hall. There is a chilling backstory to this video. The ghost in this video is supposedly Dorothy, the sister of Prime Minister Walpole and Charles Townsend's second wife. Legend has it that Townsend learned that Dorothy had an affair with a man before their marriage, and he was displeased. He held a fake funeral for her and locked her up in Raynham Hall for several years until she passed on in 1726. Although the details of the story are sketchy, this photo confirms that it probably happened. It was taken in 1936 and showed Dorothy's ghost coming down the stairs. She was wearing a brown dress, hence the nickname Brown Lady. The Spectre of New England. Although the details were up in Raynham Hall for several years until she passed on in 1726. Although the details of the story are sketchy, this photo confirms that it probably happened. It was taken in 1936 and showed Dorothy's ghost coming down the stairs. She was wearing a brown dress, hence the nickname Brown Lady.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a lot of details, like that you can draw any conclusions from. It just looks like a white blur.
Somebody was smoking a cigar. Maybe.
He said 1936, right? I think
Yeah,
so.
that's why I said cigar. I think a lot of men smoke cigars and
Smudge
smudge on the camera. Could be too.
Yeah, we saw at Ashley's. They got pictures up on their wall, and a lot of them have what look like clear smoke from either vapes, cigarettes, something. I think we got a couple of them in the video. In all the videos we got.
Of a vape.
The specter of Newby Church.
Newbie.
In 1963, Reverend Kenneth took this photo in the Newby Church. The church's fascinating architecture is overpowered by a dark figure hanging on a corner. The supernatural being was clad in a hooded robe and was strolling around the chapel. It later became known as the Newby Monk or the specter of the Newby Church. While some people believe it's one of the 26th century monks, others think it's a well thought out plan to woo millions into believing in ghosts. Better still, critics say it's a product of multiple exposures that happens when multiple images are placed over each other to create an image. Some other photographers disagree with all
The
the
one of the
explanations,
lady
saying
on the
here's
step,
supernatural
Michael?
undertone.
I was
Yeah.
answering Michael. Or
Yeah.
asking Michael.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
To it.
He says it's been going around for
Alan
years.
Hamill. After seeing this video, you'll be more conscious about what goes on in the back of your car seat. In 1959, Mabel took a photo of her husband.
Did we just skip something? Yes. If you blow out fine dust in the sunlight, it looks like that too. Yeah, it could. Especially on camera. On a still camera.
Yeah.
Was clad in a hooded robe and was strolling around the chapel. It later became known as the Newby Monk or the specter of the Newby Church. While some people believe it's one of the 26th century monks, others think it's a well thought out plan to woo millions into believing in ghosts. Better still, critics say it's a product of multiple exposures that happens when multiple images are placed over each other to create an image. Some other photographers disagree with all the explanations, saying there's a supernatural undertone to it.
I don't know, what do y'all think that one is? That one... Yeah, probably what they said about... What do you say? Multiple...
Newby Church. While some people believe it's one of the 26th century monks, others think it's a well thought out plan to woo millions into believing in ghosts. Better still, critics say it's a product of multiple exposures that happens when multiple images are placed over each other to create an image.
Multiple exposure.
Some other photographers disagree with all the explanations, saying there's a supernatural undertone to it.
Pareidolia? I mean, it looks like something. Like something either planted there or is... I mean, it looks like something, either shenanigans or something happened with the photo itself. Overlay.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
It looks like an overlay almost. Like a little bit of a transparent overlay.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was done on purpose or not.
Multiple exposures that happens when multiple images are placed over each other to create an image.
As far as what this is, Rocky Dennis maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. That's definitely something going on there.
Some other photographers disagree with all the explanations, saying there's a supernatural undertone to it. Alan Hamill. After seeing this video, you'll be more conscious about what goes on in the back of your car seat. In
Annabelle?
1959, Mabel took a photo of her husband in the driver's seat of their car. When she looked close,
It's a ghost. Dag nabbit. Maybe it's a ghost.
closely, she saw an image of her late mom, Ellen Hamill, on the back seat, at the exact spot she loves to sit. She wasn't with them when the picture was taken. In fact, she died the week before. They had just gone to her grave to say hi, but didn't know she returned with them. She missed her family and wished they could get back together. Again, it could be double exposure playing another fast one on us. Freddie Jack, but didn't know she returned with them. She missed her family and wished they could get back together. Again, it could be double exposure playing another fast one on us.
It's hard to say.
Freddie J. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that one's all about. What do y'all think? Think it's like a... That one could be pareidolia too.
Her mom wasn't dead. He was keeping her captive.
That one's either pareidolia or it's a ghost.
A ghost. Come on, man. No. That's funny. Keeping her captive. Gonna hit play. We're gonna play this thing. Looks like a dude. You know, that's what I thought at first too. Then said her mom. And I was like, oh.
It does look like a dude. Eyes, nose, mouth. Not really sitting in anywhere like a back seat or anything like that. So none of that makes sense.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. It's like they're sitting up.
Yeah, sitting in a weird spot in the car.
Like they're excited they're going somewhere.
Oh, like a dog?
Yeah, something like that.
Together. Again, it could be double exposure playing another fast one on us.
That was strange.
Freddie Jackson. At first you see an Air Force squad in the picture, and you're wondering what the big deal is. On second thought, there are salient details to look out for. First, it was taken by Sir Victor, who fought in both World Wars, and you can see Freddie Jackson's photo in the background. He died in an airplane accident 2 days before the photo was taken, and people who knew him quickly identified him when they saw his face. Some say he wasn't aware of his newly ghostly status and decided to join humans this one last time. Lord Combermere.
He said he died 2 days before that photo came out. She was a handsome woman. Oh, the fence with that one? Yeah, that one's a strange. The one before was a strange one with the car. I mean, it's possible it's paranormal.
Yeah.
You never know. Hard to say for sure.
What's up with this?
Yeah, what do y'all think about this guy? I don't know how true the story is.
I mean, there definitely looks like something behind his head, but was that also some, developed
Right here.
after he passed?
Yeah, that is definitely creepy if the story... I mean, even if you believe the story, but even if the story is false and you believe it. But that's an interesting story.
Yeah, it is. Because that one could be... I don't know. Interesting.
But he's also hanging out behind, like in a funky way behind this guy.
Join humans this one last time. Lord Combermere. The second Viscount Combermere was buried in 1891. If this photo is anything to go by, the man could have been absent at his funeral. What do I mean? A few hours before the event, his sister arranged a camera in the library and took an hour-long exposure. She was about 4 miles away from the church when the funeral was held. When the photo was developed, it looked like Lord Combermere was sitting on his favorite chair. One explanation for this is that someone had disguised themselves on the chair to create this effect. Virtually all his workers and friends were still in church to pay their last respect. Who could have done that? Only the Lord himself. The Amity...
Ooh, Amityville. I like that house. It's a cool house.
He's here in spirit.
Yeah, Michael, that is it would be a weird thing to fake.
Well, yeah, exactly. What Why in that, for instance?
And I don't.
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Yeah, I don't get this one at all. This is kind of the same as one of the other ones. The one like two things back.
Who could have done that? Only the Lord himself. The Amityville Ghost. Ronald was an unrepentant murderer responsible for killing 6 family members in 1974. 13 months after the murders, the house where the killings happened was purchased by a family. They fled the home only 28 days later after experiencing spooky activities. This story provides the basis for most Amityville books and films, but is this house haunted? Well, Ed and Lorraine Warren took to the house to investigate why the family had fled for their lives. They took photos that captured a bright-eyed little boy. There were no kids in the house nor adults. This led them to believe that it was the ghost of John Matthew, Ronald's 9-year-old brother.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
Right? What?
Yeah, but he didn't show the picture.
You're responsible for
If they had taken a picture and caught something,
killing 6 family members in 1974. 13 months after the murders, the house where the killings happened was purchased by a family. They fled the home only 28 days later after experiencing spooky activities. This story provides the basis for most Amityville books and films, but is this house haunted? Well, Ed and Lorraine Warren took to the house to investigate why the family had fled for their lives. They took photos that captured a bright-eyed little boy. There were no kids in the house nor adults. This led them to believe that it was the ghost of John Matthew, Ronald's 9-year-old brother.
Now it's time for today.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, that's a great movie. Yeah, and something tells me I've seen that picture before of the little kid. Yeah. So I think you've seen that picture before too. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't think I have seen it. I wonder which one they're going to say is the best one.
Yeah, it's this one.
Is that it? Okay, I think I have seen this picture.
It's a heavy beer for a 9-year-old.
It's who using a different mic, him or me?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a resemblance here.
Well, eyes are a little different.
His nose looks a little wider.
Oh, good. I'm glad you cheered up. Freaking.
His eyes are straight whited out. Yeah, so this is an interesting picture. I wish they would have shown it in the video though.
Spookums.
I gotta find that video.
I do believe that's what they were going for.
There it is.
Today's best pick.
A subscriber sent this video to us after he struggled to make sense of it. As always, we analyzed it and featured it in this video. If you see a similar clip on the internet, don't hesitate to send it across. The Woods. This video was filmed by a man called Carlos in 2016. It begins with a young man walking down a dark trail where he could hear twigs break. He was scared and began to turn his camera clockwise. When his torch is focused in one spot, we can see a figure dressed in black
Bloody mummy.
but with a white face and hand. He is terrified and takes to his heels. He stops for a moment only to see another unexplainable being staring at him fiercely. He makes a U-turn, but this creature goes with him until he runs to a cliff to seek refuge. When he felt everywhere was calm, he left the cave only to be greeted by the face of an unknown woman. This time he ran and never looked back.
Who goes into that little cave?
Before we move on, I have a little
When he felt everything, makes a U-turn, but this comes back, but with a white wise. When his torch is focused in one spot, we can see a figure dressed in black, but with
It's Michael Myers.
Yeah, way back there, Michael Myers.
a white face and hand. He is terrified and takes to his heels. He stops for a moment only to see another unexplainable being staring at him fiercely.
Looks
Is
like
it-
shadows.
It looks like kind of like a shadow, kind of like this.
It's alright, Popper.
All good.
He makes a U-turn, but this creature goes with him until he runs to a cliff to seek refuge. When he felt everywhere was calm, he left the cave only to be greeted by the face of an unknown woman. This time he ran and never looked back.
Before we move on, I have a little
Michael
challenge
Myers
for you
cool
that'll
like
take
that.
5 seconds to complete. So here's the
You
deal.
call BS?
Leave a like on the video.
Well, it looks like there was definitely shadows for the one.
Yeah, the shadows for the one.
Off of the, yeah.
Some random dude or something out there in the woods. Where's
I
our
think it's a
shadow?
random
Could be his own
dude.
shadow.
I think it was shadows from the second one. Was shadows from the bush leaves beside him. I don't know. It was, if you look, it looked like you could see some other shadows. And it was because of the leaves.
Video, smash the subscribe button and hit the
Smash
notification
the
bell.
subscribe
And you'll
button.
get 25 years of good luck.
Smashed it.
Try it. It really works.
Abraham Lincoln.
Hey, Blinken.
Before William's Hope, there was a Williams Mumler, widely known as the first spirit photographer. Like Hope, everyone thought Mumler was a fraud. He captured a photo of Mary Lincoln and her deceased husband putting his hands on her shoulders. The picture was taken 3 years after his assassination, and one wonders how he made his way to be with his wife. Some critics say this photo was
That
shot in
was
the
just like Abe
1870s, and
Lincoln.
Mrs. Lincoln approached him under a pseudonym demanding it. Whether it's legitimate or not is your call to make. Do you agree that those hands belong to Abraham Lincoln? There you have it.
That's actually cool, but I mean, it's like,
I can't tell if this is like a legitimate old photo or not. It's hard to tell on video.
yeah.
Yes, if your shadow follows you, it's totally paranormal. Fact. It's been proven.
Shadows are paranormal. All right. I believe it.
You think it's Photoshop? Yeah, see, it's hard to find. It's hard to tell if this is actually a genuine picture or not.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things I'd have to look at.
There you go, nailed it. Somebody took an eraser to it and carved out a Abe Lincoln. 100%. Not even lying. That probably could be the reason, the answer to that.
The double exposure or the eraser.
No, the eraser. Like somebody took and erased the photo and left like an Abe Lincoln looking thing in it.
Then that means they lied about the picture being taken 2 years after he died. Just saying.
Well, not if. Hold on. Not necessarily, because the photo could be taken 2 years after he died, and then somebody erase. So like, if you take an eraser to this spot right here, all these spots right here, take an eraser to it. Someone lied blasphemy. And just erased all these pieces right here into a shape of Abe Lincoln.
Well, Stephen has a point too, because it does look pretty off center for it just to be a photo of her. Wouldn't they have centered her more in the, like, you know, put her in the center of that photo when they took it? It's like there was room for a person to be standing behind her.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like it was meant for that. Somebody to be standing there. Valid point there too. Double exposure, 100%.
I don't know. Hey, it's a cool picture if it was, you know, knew more about it. But I think, well, them telling it was
Or it's
2
actually
years
a
after.
painting. It's a drawing.
So,
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
yeah, whenever it was done when he was still alive. And
I think this is the last one too. Let me look.
Assassination, and one wonders how he made his way to be with his wife. Some critics say this photo was shot in the 1870s, and Mrs. Lincoln approached him under a pseudonym demanding it. Whether it's legitimate or not is your call to make. Do you agree that those hens belong to Abraham Lincoln? There you have it. These are clips from some of the real
Abe Lincoln.
to send a link. Is that for you to share? I don't know what it is. Oh boy, I hear the wind.
Yeah, it's getting windy out there. Oh, okay. So yeah, this is. Hey, while we're at it, we'll go ahead and watch this video. It's pretty slick.
You gonna pull that up? Okay, cool.
So this is about that last photo we just watched, saw.
Oh yeah, there we go. Don't move.
Oh my
Any
god.
thoughts? I think that looks pretty good. That's perfect. Okay.
Bridget and I recently took a trip to Rochester, New York, to recreate a photo from 1872.
All right, turn just a little bit, that's it, just like that. Only your eyes, look here.
Okay.
It's very strange where she's looking.
This is Mark Osterman.
I was the process historian at the George Eastman Museum for 21 years. My specialty is understanding the technical evolution of photography from its inception all the way up to about 1900.
He and his wife, France, have been teaching and practicing historic photo processes for over 30 years, using the original reference manuals from the 1800s, the same chemicals, and the same cameras.
Starting now.
The photo we're here to recreate is this one, of the widowed Mary Todd Lincoln with the ghost of her dead husband, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln.
Ghost is going to look slightly toward me with the head down. That's it.
The image is the most famous work of William Mumler, who claimed his camera could
William
photograph
Mumler.
the invisible spirits of dead loved ones, was driven to the edge of ruin in a sensational criminal trial, but got away with it, because no one could figure out exactly how
Coaching.
Mumler did it. So
Hey,
we tried
Anna.
to.
Hello, Anna.
In the mid-1800s, technological breakthroughs like photography and the telegraph were seen as something sort of supernatural. For the first time, people could see true-to-life depictions of loved ones who weren't there with them, and receive messages from hundreds of miles away instantaneously.
So it was this sense that technology was shrinking the distance between people. And so every time there was a new technology introduced during this moment in American history, it had spiritual repercussions.
Peter Manso is a scholar of American religious history and author of several books, including one about how photography's rise in the mid-1800s coincided with a new religious movement gaining ground in the US and Europe: spiritualism. The principal belief of spiritualism was that contact with the dead was possible if you had the right means. that connection was made through a medium, a person who claimed they could communicate with the dead. From the beginning, many people suspected spiritualist mediums to be frauds. Still, the movement grew to include thousands, and by some accounts, millions of Americans in the late 19th century, including high-profile people like Mary Todd Lincoln, who turned to spiritualism to help process the death of her son Willie in 1862. During this period in American history, the need to reach the dead became more critical than ever.
With the coming of the Civil War and with casualties on an order that Americans had never experienced before, this hunger to communicate with the spirit world really took off.
So when an unknown amateur photographer in Boston began developing photos that apparently included apparitions,
Yeah,
of the
Boston's a
dead,
little bit boring.
it attracted the attention of the spiritualists. William Mumler, an engraver by trade, had been tinkering with photography in a studio owned by his eventual wife, Hannah, a spiritualist medium and professional photographer.
It seems to be the case that Hannah Stewart taught William Mumler photography.
According to Hannah, William accidentally captured the spirit of his dead cousin while taking a practice self-portrait. At a time he said he was alone in the studio in 1862.
And he soon was mobbed with spiritualists in Boston who were eager to see if he could do this again.
And as it turns out, he could, always with Hannah nearby.
She was the experienced photographer here. Mumler became the public face, but she knew what she was doing.
The Mumlers took photo after photo that miraculously revealed that a spirit of a lost loved one, or sometimes a total stranger, was in the room with the sitter. Even though the Mumlers' spirit forms were usually faint and out of focus, people coming in for portraits often reported that they recognized the spirits in the photos as the very family
You hear
members
the rain
they were
from
hoping
my
to
mic?
connect with. Spirit photography seemed to be the next level of
Oh, I
connection
can
to
hear
the
it, yeah.
afterlife.
You no longer needed to be there in the presence of the medium. You could take these photographs with you anywhere and say, see, this is real.
And like all things spiritualists did, spirit photography brought its fair share of skeptics and people trying to figure out the trick.
You have a lot of people from the photographic community in Boston who were seeking out his services, specifically to show that he was not.
Yeah, it's hitting this metal roof.
A variety of them went and tried to follow him through the full photographic process, and no one could ever figure out exactly what he was doing and how he was doing it.
Camera
But
predicts the
enough
future.
accusations of fakery in Boston eventually
Probably
prompted the
Jones ahead of his
Mumlers to
time.
shut the studio down and relocate.
Mumler arrives in New York several years after he became notorious in Boston. Maybe enough time had elapsed that his name would no longer mean anything.
New York City at this time was where all the top American photographers and galleries were. And starting in 1869,
Twilight Zone had some good
where
episodes.
a spirit photographer from Boston had opened up shop.
And he was really only operating there for a
Goosebumps
matter
did
of
it better.
months before he ran afoul with the law.
Mumler was arrested on fraud charges and thrown in jail. His
Oh,
trial
wow.
was written up in New York newspapers and appeared
That's
on the
loud.
front page of Harper's Weekly, which called it remarkable and without precedent.
He was
Regan.
just beloved by the media because he was such a colorful character and making such outrageous claims that just made great copy.
The trial was kind of a circus. The prosecution brought in P.T. Barnum of Barnum and Bailey's Greatest Show on Earth fame as a key witness and self-described expert of humbug.
P.T. Barnum always had a problem
Humbug.
with spiritualists because he felt that they were taking advantage of grief, and he felt that it was going too far. So he made it very clear that he was happy to see Mumler caught and to see him go down.
But there was one small problem for the prosecution.
None of those experts, all of whom followed Mumler through his process, none of them could say, this is exactly what Mumler did and I saw him do it.
The prosecution listed 9 different ways Mumler might have done his trick. Some of them
Oh,
were
you
pretty
do
elaborate,
have where
like
you're at
placing
a
a
tin
microscopic
roof.
picture of the spirit
Yeah.
inside the camera through a screw hole, or a secret light that impressed the ghost
Yeah.
onto the glass plate when
Yeah,
it's
it
loaded
is.
with
It is a tin
photosensitive
roof.
chemicals inside this tank. They argued that his photos must be explainable by at least one of the methods, and that Hannah Mumler was somehow involved, possibly as a distraction. One of the simplest ways to get a spirit photo then and now is a technique called Sir David Brewster's ghost,
It's on its
where
way
the
over to you.
spirit is only in frame for a few seconds, while the main sitter holds still for the rest of the exposure, in our case, nearly a full minute.
50, all right. Yeah, you can relax.
Relax.
Leaving a faint, ghostly form behind the sitter.
And we did that. We did the easy way first, just to show how that could be done.
But this can't be how Mumler did it in front of skeptical photographers watching his every move.
If you're going to try to show this as real spirit photography in front of witnesses, you can't have somebody dress up as a ghost and walk in.
Even though the prosecution demonstrated that spirit photos can be made through trick photography, they couldn't confidently identify Mumler's method, and therefore failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt that his pictures were not of spiritual origin. And Mumler was acquitted. So, how did he do it? Mark thinks he has an answer, and agreed to try his theory out with Bridget and me. First, Mark took a regular portrait with no ghost, the kind Mumler would have been observed doing. Then, he carefully outlined my position on the ground glass of the camera. Bridget dressed in a white suit, and we covered her face and hands with white powder, and Mark created a separate negative of the ghost, lining it up so the hands landed in the right place, on my shoulders.
And you can see that parts of it have been scraped away so that when I put them together, they're exactly in the place I want them to be.
But it's the next step that's the most crucial to this potential method.
Because it's in the printing where he's making the magic happen.
Mumler, like most portrait photographers at the time, printed his photos on albumen, specially treated paper that, when placed against the glass negative in this printing box and exposed to light, results in a positive print. Mark thinks that after passing the original negative around to show witnesses there was no trickery, with a bit of sleight of hand, Mumler could have slipped the ghost negative underneath the portrait negative.
Then, in front of their eyes, you put it into the printing frame like so. As long as I keep that against something dark, you don't see the secondary ghost negative. Because white will photograph as dark on the negative, which will then be white on the final print.
When Mumler opens it up to show the final positive print, the ghost is there. With this potential method, the Mumlers could have had a collection of already made spirit negatives, and could line up the sitter with a ghost that matched the general appearance of their lost loved one. It should be noted that Mark's technique, concealing one negative and printing the two of them simultaneously, isn't listed as one of the 9 methods the prosecution against Mumler came up with. Though the prosecution was probably right in saying that the Mumlers used several different methods, going with whichever process was least capable of detection. That 1869 Harper's Weekly story about Mumler's trial predicted that now that he'd gotten away with it, he was probably going to keep taking spirit photographs.
Yeah, I like the eraser idea. It's better though.
And thus,
it was much cooler.
Advertised. And they were right. In fact, the Mumlers made what is arguably their most celebrated work after the trial, from 1869 onward, including this one of Mary Todd Lincoln in 1872, and this one of prominent abolitionist William Lloyd Garrison.
This is a good time for EVP experiment.
Mumler even ran regular ads in the spiritualist newspaper Banner of Light for a mail-in
Record
service
with the range, so
in
let's
which
see
a
if
client
it
could
sounds
send
like
a
any
photo of
words.
themselves to the Mumlers and receive a photo of the photo plus the presence of a spirit.
You have all the
Because
equipment
for
in
the
there?
people that did believe, like Mary Todd Lincoln, the spirits they saw in these images brought them a unique form of comfort.
As far as she was concerned, it was proof that her late husband was still there, still a presence in her life, proof of something that she always believed.
Mumler insisted for the rest of his life that his photos were authentic and proved the existence of an afterlife. In the opening line of his memoir, published in 5 parts in Banner of Light in 1875, he wrote that his spirit photographs contributed evidences of a future existence. And, though persecuted, he was satisfied at having been a humble instrument in the hands of the invisible host that surrounds us. If you want to read first-hand accounts, news reports from the 1860s about spirit photography, and Mumler's memoirs, the best and most often-cited resource for all things Mumler is this book, The Strange Case of William Mumler, Spirit Photographer.
He doesn't see that.
Who I also interviewed for this episode. As more researchers are digging into Mumler's sort of murky story, one thing is starting to become clear, that Hannah Mumler, aka Helen F. Stewart, is likely the mastermind behind the man, and has been credited as the true inventor of spirit photography in this fascinating research paper written by Felicity T.C. Honda. Both of those resources and more are linked in the
To turn the Ovilus on.
And this is the
See
final
what it
episode
says.
of Dark Room Season 3. This season took us to a lot of amazing places, and I want to give a huge
if it
thanks
says
to all of our sources
Nicole,
who
that's
generously gave
the
us their time
hurricane
and knowledge
that's
to help bring
coming
you these
through.
stories. You can watch every
That
dozen
would be
episode
funny.
from this season and the first 2 seasons in the full playlist, which is also linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Oh, wow. It's raining really hard. The thing's bumping. Stop, drunk. Chest. Piper, really? Drunk? Oh, wow. It's raining really good here.
It took me a hot minute to find it. This is the last box I looked in. The last box that we had out here. So what did I miss on this?
Okay, I'm back. I just want to see how bad. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
What all did I miss?
Now, you know what you should do is get the Ovilus. See what it says.
Did we get it again? Alright, I'll get the obelisk.
Why don't you have to keep getting up and down? Yeah, umbrella. That would be funny. Yeah, it's coming down really hard. Like, it's about time for it to start getting us good. This will last through the night, I believe.
Chocolate rain. The hell was that?
Something hit the roof.
No. Something hit something.
Did you find it? Rika said the first thing it's going to say is umbrella.
This thing literally says umbrella is the first thing.
That would be funny.
I'm gonna freak out. Got.
I'm going to need one. I can't see that. I don't know why it's not clear to me. What did it say?
Got.
Oh God, I thought you said yacht. I can't hear, it's raining too hard.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's see what else I got here.
Well, it says Nicole. Does it pick up? Got umbrella.
Got umbrella. As in got him. Yes, the rain is pretty steady right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the obelisk on while we watch this video and see what.
Piper's like, yacht. I know. I can't hear. What do you want? All I need. Yeah, I want a yacht. I don't want a yard.
Got milk.
Scary videos by exploring the weird.
I was literally getting ready to hit the play button and it says watch.
What?
Yep. I'm supposed to watch something. We're gonna watch. According to the obelisk. Watch.
What was that?
Up. Watch up.
Watch up. Isn't that a movie? Oh no, it was Don't Look Up. Or something like that. Oh, the rain? Are you hearing the rain, Michael?
Watch up. Okay. I'm listening to up actually. Oh, there's rain.
Side of YouTube, a place where channels go exploring creepy things caught on camera that are too scary for most. In fact, some of these unexplained events can make you feel haunted and send real chills down your spine.
Bill knows.
Number 10. In this weird and scary video, a paranormal investigation goes exploring a library building believed to be haunted by the ghost of a little boy named Georgie. The ghost hunters hear an EVP upstairs and start recording. This clip has creepy things caught on camera shortly after asking Georgie the ghost to scare up some more freaky footage.
10:51.
Georgie? Are you here, Georgie?
Georgie.
Look at all the pretty, look at all the pretty lights on the wall.
No, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. 100% not, because I was recording.
The ghost hunters are both fascinated and horrified when a book falls off the shelf all by itself, or rather like a ghost pushed it, they fear. Whether the unexplained event from this video is real or fake is hard to say for certain, but it's definitely a strange coincidence that the book falls to the ground moments after asking the ghost for more paranormal proof of the other side. Number 9. This creepy video of a haunted doll
That was
caught
a weird.
Where
A naked
falling?
Barbie doll with no head.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, it's kind of an odd setup. He moved the camera like Eddie.
What would y'all do if a book fell off the shelf in that situation?
I think that's interesting for sure.
Video is real or fake when a book falls off the shelf all by itself, or rather like a ghost pushed it, they fear. Whether the unexplained event from this video is real or ghost pushed it, they
If you could see everybody, that would be nice
Yeah.
when
can't
that
see
was
everybody.
happening. Yeah.
They moved the.
I know. I'm laughing, chuckling.
Get that.
Oh, did he lose everything? Because he hasn't comment. Oh, wait a minute. He did about Steven and all the jokes. That's the last time he said anything.
Fear. Whether the unexplained event from this video is real or fake is hard to say for certain, but it's definitely a strange coincidence that the book falls to the ground moments after asking the ghost for more paranormal that the book falls to the ground say for certain, but it's definitely a strange coincidence that the book falls to the ground moments after asking the ghost for more paranormal proof of the other side. Number 9.
Yeah, rain slowed down for a half a second.
Until the next band comes through.
Yeah.
This creepy video of a haunted doll was caught on camera doing some weird things in an investigation gone wrong. The paranormal footage comes from the ghost hunters of the Lancaster Angelic Paranormal Society.
Did that thing just move?
Who are comes from the ghost hunters of the Lancaster Angelic Paranormal Society, who are convinced this toy is possessed by some scary stuff.
Or?
Ghost orbs, or dust particles according to skeptics, begin floating in front of the remote-controlled camera shortly before the doll is caught on tape moving by itself. This evidence is certainly more than a little bit creepy, but to be fair, half of the toy figure is not caught on camera when the doll moves. If this paranormal video is a fake event, then it's possible that one of the investigators was on the other side of the chair moving things instead of a real ghost. Number 8.
Who has a tornado warning? Paintbird just said. Ken's biggest complaint about Barbie. No head? Oh, I didn't say that.
You just said it live on stream.
Barbie had no head.
Context.
Whoops.
That's good.
Gonna get in trouble. I was talking to Rican about Ken's biggest complaint about Barbie. You thought you heard one in Virginia? Not Virginia. Here? Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
Ghost. Number 8. This creepy video has caught on camera strange things from an investigation that could prove paranormal events are real. The ghost activity in question is enough to make one of the
I legit for half a second thought that this guy was like some kind of apparition sitting there in that chair.
So he's legit.
Investigators scream in horror.
Did you hear it? Well, Tom didn't.
Oh my god.
He looks fake. Look at him. He looks almost transparent.
It does. It's all that light or something behind him.
Yeah, and something fell right there, right here.
Did you hear it? Well, Tom didn't.
That dude with the super goofy screen.
As a ghost hunter walks towards a possible supernatural presence,
Look at me, looks
old vase
transparent.
mysteriously falls off the shelf by itself without explanation or warning. And he screams falls off the shelf, possible supernatural.
Oh, it is.
Whatever this is right here.
Yeah, it's the candles in front of him. It's putting out a very strange light.
Yeah, this guy looks it's very weird.
Natural presence. An old vase mysteriously falls off the shelf by itself without explanation or warning, and he screams loudly in terror. This unexplained event occurred at the Chillingham Castle, a notoriously haunted place where scary things are said to come from the castle's dark dungeons to do weird stuff like what's been caught on camera. The vase could have fallen under the weight of his approaching steps, or else been faked with a string.
That the WTF?
Could this object, caught on tape, moving by itself, really be one of the many cursed items in this supposedly haunted castle's possession? Number 7.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was tough to see what that thing was way too far away from the camera to be able to tell if any shenanigans were going on or if it was totally legitimate.
Yeah, you don't know if it was sitting on the edge.
Mysterious creatures, I like them. Oh, good lord.
Some extra creepy things were caught on a home security system in Moorhead, Kentucky.
What is that?
This strange and mysterious figure is lurking outside the house of a scared family late at night, and the internet is freaking out over what this unexplained event could be. Some people say this is real ghost footage, which is really weird stuff to think about, but it also could just be somebody in a bodysuit. However, if this video is real footage and not fake, then I don't know what would be scarier. Seeing an actual ghost, or a creepy stranger wearing this weird outfit while hunched over in the front yard.
I think it's the lighting.
Apparitional or otherwise, if I saw this small humanoid figure on my security camera, I'd never be able to go to my car at night again. Scary stuff if true. Number 6. The large creature security camera.
So what is this thing?
I think it's a person down there. They're probably look really messed up. Really, really messed up.
Drunk, leaving a bar.
And the light is just hitting them just right to make them reflect. Doing the creep. It's like they're like, where am I? I'm just trying to get from point A to point B.
F's in chat from Michael's wallet.
F in chat for Michael. What are we doing? I don't get this.
Power bill. So, someone doing the creep.
It's a Florida man in a green suit.
Gonna go set up a GoFundMe.
I don't know. That's what I think it is. It's just somebody drunk.
Or shenanigans.
The large creature sighting in this scary video is one of the weirdest things ever caught on doorbell cam for this Florida family.
Me too, Rick.
Eerie events that you definitely don't want creeping up to your door, like this house in Manatee County. The scariest thing about this clip is how the alligator caught on camera goes exploring the house through the window before deciding it wants to go investigating inside. The giant beast is caught on a different camera, creeping across the yard towards the neighbor's house. According to Google, alligators can track the scent of dogs and other pets for long distances.
I've seen one of those in my yard
likely
before.
Searching for a meal, which makes this late night sighting one of the scariest things ever caught on a doorbell cam video. Number 5. This
So there's nothing paranormal about an alligator walking through your yard, but when you see it and you walk towards it because you're not sure what it is, and then it turns around and hisses at you, you back up and let him take you over your yard.
Yeah, you don't mess with an alligator.
Bill's gone up 100%. That's not good. Not cool at all.
Inflation.
I noticed an increase last 2 months.
Long line at the pork body.
But then it's really hot here too. It's normally.
creepy video claims to have caught some strange things on camera. Paranormal activity that includes some supposedly real sightings of shadow people recorded shortly before nightfall. Although this is some creepy stuff to think about, this video has some questionable moments. The shadow person coincidentally appears at just the right distance to obscure most of its details, making it impossible to tell if it's a shadow person or just a person in a costume. In my opinion, the way it moves looks more like a person walking slowly than otherworldly evidence of the supernatural. However, with thousands of views in less than a month, enough people seem to believe this freaky footage is real and that the video deserved a closer analysis. Number 4.
Bear.
Another
Piper
bear?
said it's a bear.
Yeah, it could totally be a bear.
Recorded shortly before nightfall. Although this is some creepy stuff to think about, this video has some questionable moments. The shadow person coincidentally
kind of weird.
I mean, it kind of walks like a bear.
Just the right distance to obscure most of its details,
how
making
bears
it
walk?
impossible to tell if it's a shadow person or just a person in a costume. In my opinion, the way it moves looks more like a person walking slowly than otherworldly evidence of the supernatural.
Looks like it's got a long
However, with thousands of views in
cape
less
on.
than a month, enough people seem to believe this freaky footage is real and that the video
suave,
deserved a
like.
closer analysis.
Okay, yep. That's totally a Bigfoot. Nailed it.
Number 4. This creepy YouTube video clip is titled Ghost Walking in Hallway. As the uploader explains, in this video you see a strange shadow. I really don't know what it is. Weird stuff gets caught on video 14 seconds into the paranormal clip. A fast-moving shadow person appears to creep in front of the camera and then slowly disappears as quickly as it came. Instead of a real ghost, it's possible that this sighting could be a bug crawling across the camera. It's strange how the shadow goes up the small space between two pieces of furniture. Should this place be as haunted as they claim, then I'm as freaked out by this paranormal furniture. It's possible that this sighting could be a bug crawling across the camera. It's strange how the shadow goes up the small space between two pieces of furniture. Should this place be as haunted as they claim, then I'm as freaked out by this paranormal evidence as they are. Number.
That's possible. Could be crawling across the camera lens.
Legit ghost.
Or a shadow person.
I'm with Piper. Totally a legit ghost. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going back and forth.
Sighting could be a bug crawling across the camera. It's strange how the shadow goes up the small space between two pieces of furniture. Should this place be as haunted as they claim, then I'm as freaked out by this paranormal evidence as they are. Number 3.
The martini bar.
Blankets or a person?
A YouTube channel called Aiden's Escapades goes exploring the weird side of YouTube with this creepy video investigating a house thought to be possibly haunted. Aiden and his friend John pass by the room when these creepy moments are caught on camera.
Oh no, dude. You got that stick, right? My heart is racing.
They start freaking out because lying on the bed are the still remains of an object shaped like a person.
Pull it all the way off. Just pull it all the way off. Yeah, just pull that all the way off. No, okay.
To their surprise, they find the covers have been carefully arranged to give the appearance of somebody asleep on the bed. This could be faked by them to make an interesting YouTube video, or it could be a decoy left behind by squatters, or even as a joke to scare people. They stop investigating and leave the house quite relieved that these scary moments weren't someone's final resting place as they feared. Number.
Yeah, that was totally set up by them.
Yeah, somebody did that. Somebody may have just done it for fun.
Or it could have been by accident. They could have been, whoever last slept there could have got out of bed and threw them covers in a perfect spot, coincidentally.
Number 2. Okay, so we've all done stargazing on a clear night before, but not so many can say they've seen strange lights in the sky doing the following weird things recently caught on camera. If you look closely, there appears to be a bright flashing red light as it passes by another star that looks slightly out.
They look like squatters?
It's possible.
Alabama? I don't remember where they were. Let me look.
A YouTube channel called Aiden's Escapades goes exploring the weird side of YouTube with this creepy video investigating a house thought to be possibly haunted. Aiden and his friend John pass by the room when these creepy moments are caught on camera.
I don't think they ever said. Did they?
Oh, they did.
My heart is racing.
They start freaking out because lying on the bed are the still remains of an object shaped like a person.
All the way off. Just pull it all the way off. Yeah, just pull that all the way off. No, okay.
To their surprise, they find the covers have been carefully arranged to give the appearance of somebody asleep on the bed.
Probably
this could be
Alabama.
faked by them to make an interesting YouTube video, or it could be a decoy left behind by squatters, or even as a joke to scare people. They stop investigating and leave the house quite relieved that these scary moments weren't someone's final resting place,
The
as they
weird
feared.
side of YouTube.
Number 2. Okay, so we've all done stargazing on a clear night before, but not so many can say they've seen strange lights in the sky doing the following weird things recently caught on camera. If you look closely, there appears to be a bright flashing red light as it passes by another star that looks
that red to
slightly
you?
out of place. The light soon returns on a
Not to
different
me.
night, and this time it blinks and flashes rapidly in an unpredictable pattern that the puzzled uploader cannot explain. This strange video could be a space satellite, which are known to flicker when they're close to the Earth. With that said, I'm not an expert at strange lights in the sky, and wanted to get more opinions on what this kind of weird stuff is. Let's try to figure out this creepy internet mystery. Number 1.
Okay.
The museum.
Just stars.
Nah, I think that it was this. Not saying it was aliens.
But
But it's aliens.
maybe.
Internet mystery. Number 1. The Museum of Shadows continues to.
A great UFO a couple of years ago over my house, over your home.
Really? Saw somebody posted some video the other night of I guess it was a meteor just kind of shooting star or something. It was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I
It
saw
was-
that too.
Did you see that?
I didn't
That
see
was
that.
very-
Yeah, I saw the post. It was weird. I didn't think there was.
Yeah, I mean, it was very definitely something flying through the air and down.
Yeah, there's a lot
I
of
mean, it
weird
looked a
stories
lot.
about
Yeah, it looked a lot
UFOs,
larger.
unidentified
larger.
flying objects. Here comes the rain again. You saw a meteor on Sunday night?
Oh yeah, I hear it. Here it comes. That's what it looked like
be
because
one of
it
the
was
creepiest places
big.
on Earth, as this haunting CCTV video footage shows. These visitors are checking out a collection of creepy haunted dolls and other items that are thought to be cursed and possessed when some scary stuff happens. This object, a haunted mask, somehow falls to the ground by itself. but not without tilting to the left first, almost as if curiously regarding itself. This object, a haunted mask, somehow falls to the ground by itself, but not without tilting to the left first, almost as if curiously regarding them. My inner skeptic says that rather than a haunted object caught on tape moving by itself, this item most likely fell over from weight redistribution. The mask moves a few spooky moments after one of them gets up from their knees on an old wooden floor. With that said, here's one of the strangest things caught on camera in this whole video. Shortly before the mask drops, a strange streak of light flies into the object. Was mysterious light caught on camera real paranormal activity from an actual ghost? Creepy stuff indeed.
Depends on if there's a window behind, car, lights.
Mouse infestation. Totally. 100%. Let's see, we got
Raining hard again.
okay. We kind of saw something similar to this one earlier tonight. But what do you guys think this is?
Orb.
That's totally an orb. It's a ghost orb. Homie was blowing a hairdryer in the sheet. If you want
Yeah, I
my
was gonna
opinion.
say, somebody's blowing air up underneath of that blanket.
Big orange light moving slowly. Didn't think anything until two jet fighters followed 5 minutes later.
Fan and
That's
dust,
cool.
exactly.
That's pretty cool, Michael. Fan and dust. What about the bed, though? You think it was just a fan?
I think it was just a fan. I agree. Because that looked like air. Watch.
That's why I'm thinking hairdryer, because it's easier to pull off what they're doing with a hairdryer.
Yeah, see, that's just air. Wasn't there some
Dude, that's
only
ho-
on TV thing that was sold before to blow air underneath a blanket to keep you cool? You know, for us ladies that get hot flashes.
Oscillating fan. MI6 cover up. Yeah, that's totally somebody blowing stuff in there.
My opinion. Dutch oven.
Wait, who said Dutch, Dutch oven?
Rican did. Possible.
This one's kind of funny. This video here is kind of funny. And I think we've seen another video from this school, I believe, in another I think it was in a Slapped Hand video that we watched.
What did the obelisk say?
Feeling.
Feeling?
Feeling.
Like one feeling?
It said many too, but
I can't even see. I can't see that. Can y'all see that?
yeah, it's backwards for everybody and it's blurry for some reason.
It's blurry for me, for sure.
Mini feeling. Alright, let's see. Okay, so this first one, personally, I think I'm gonna let you guys watch this first part, and then I'll ask you your opinion on it.
Spooky video is going viral from Deer Park CBS School Park in Ireland. The video shows.
All right, I'll replay it again.
Yes, please do. I was distracted.
Yeah, so this backpack comes flying off.
Spooky video is going viral from Deer Park CBS School Park in Ireland. The video. Spooky video is going viral from Deer Park CBS School Park in.
Looks like there's something dark back there, like pushing. See that?
Right here.
Yeah.
It's as if somebody was behind there pushing it, in my opinion. What do you guys think? You see this is somebody back there pushing it?
Something strange there.
Or maybe a reflection off something?
Oh, did it, Michael?
I'm sure it did.
I've never seen it before.
Someone is behind pushing it? It certainly looks like it.
Yeah, I believe there is.
Shadow?
Something.
Yeah.
Somebody's back there. Something's back there. Michael laying down the law. Huh.
In Ireland. The video shows a dark.
Damn, and they got it in the basket?
So this next one...
beside it.
Yeah, just next to it.
Hallway. There are unseen crashes in the hallway. A backpack launches itself off a row of lockers. Did that happen already?
Yeah, it already happened.
Okay. There it goes. There flies right off the wall. You just saw that there.
Yes.
A chair gets up and goes for a walk.
So this chair is interesting.
Going. And get this. This is the second video from the school in less than a month of the alleged haunting.
So this chair, if you like, based on where it goes, it's very interesting how, like, if you had it tied to a string, like, how would it fly to the wall? How do you guys think this chair moved? The way it moved. How it went just straight up against this wall.
This is the second video
What do you guys
from
think?
the school in less than a month of the alleged.
A hell of a magnet? I don't know.
I have my own theory on how they did that, but I'll let everybody else say theirs first.
I don't know. Oh, excuse me.
It slides directly across the floor right into the wall.
In less than a month of the
Fake chair.
alleged haunting. So the school grounds have long been rumored to be haunted because in the
Possible.
19th century, criminal the school video. There it's going. It's going. And get this. This is the second video from the school in less than a month of the alleged haunting. So.
Because the way it moves is really weird. Like, for example, if you tied a string to it, it's hard to pull something like directly up against a wall like that. Magnet floor.
I was thinking a magnet somewhere. I don't know about under. I don't know.
tiny string through the plasterboard. That's close to my theory. Close to my theory.
What was your theory again?
Okay, so my theory is, I'll go ahead and say it. My theory is, I can't really move it, but there could be a string tied to this chair right here, and it's hooked around back side of this pipe right here, and they're pulling it down against the wall, pulling this chair against the wall. That's what I think.
This is the second video
And that's how the chair acts like it goes up against the wall the way it does.
from the school and
Yeah, and you can't even see anything.
Yeah,
If
down
it's
here?
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll allow
very
you to,
possible.
it'll allow you to pull the chair in a funky way so that it looks legitimate.
grounds have long been rumored to be haunted because
Two
in the
strings.
19th century criminals were hung over there.
Okay, so the principal came out and even said
They could have it reversed as well and done it, on the backside as well.
we are freaked out by this. He says if it is a prank, then well done. Because it's happening in the middle of the night. So like people are saying, oh, there's someone there with a string or something. According to the principal, he says, no, that's not the case. But boy, it's so fun to watch.
Yeah, the principal would say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
It's
what's
haunted.
he supposed to say? They obviously want to get in the limelight there. Did she say hung? Dang.
Grammar Nazi.
Oh, he's horrible. Both of you are actually.
I have my moments. Yeah, I didn't watch this full video. It started out pretty interesting though. Hanged.
The surface isn't wet or anything, it's all dry. So there's no reason for it to be moving.
Is this Lee's wife?
Oh.
Yeah, you can't put your cards up there that soon, fellers.
Peter Gibbons. Is that off of Office Space?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Make sure I had the right one.
Peter Gibbons.
Yeah, you have to be filming everything all the time.
Yeah, walking by with a handheld camera too. Hey Peter, check out Channel 9. I can't help but still laughing at this one.
I was gonna say, you got a little partial grin on your face, so kind of like, what?
I don't know why it's so stupid. This is such a stupid meme. But I happen to like it. It's an old one. We've used this one before.
Ghost caught on tape. It's cute. It's cute. I'm waiting to see if anybody wants it. Even though it was not an official meme, was it? I can't believe he womped it. A capital womp. It's not the official. I did call it cute before, didn't I? What?
Wire.
Wire?
This is another funny one.
I'm not saying anything more. Not after the Barbie and Ken incident.
Yeah, the ghost memes are like super hard to come by anymore. Womp on repeats.
Of course, Eddie would say it was a proper meme.
Yeah, there's just so many. There's so many bad ones.
A community strike. He's just kidding. Piper knows a good one that will never get old. A meme. It was a good one after we watched that episode, and that was the chest. There, oh, there it is.
That one? Is that the one you're referring to?
She was so upset over that.
So good.
It is. Seems a little quiet right now.
Yeah, I can't find any
Oh,
good
wait a
memes.
minute. Did I speak too soon?
Yeah, and like every other meme I've used. All the funny and the bad ones.
She's gonna beat you up with that wrench. You half whomped her.
No. I cannot use that one.
Dude. So bad.
Yep, I can't find any good memes to get you guys to even womp with.
None.
We'll go memeless tonight, aside from the repeats that I got womped on.
It's a meme set. That's not. No, that was bad. It's definitely tasteless.
That's community strike.
Yeah, we're. Yup. Are you leaving us, Pint Bear? What time is it? Oh, it's 10, man.
Yeah, it is 10. I think I've used that one too. Oops.
Steven. Smart man. You don't womp? The memes. Wompless tonight. Having womp withdrawals.
Well, I haven't used this one. This is
Uh-oh.
definitely womp worthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Yeah, sorry. I have to agree. Womp. Good night, Pint Bear and Steven. Yes, see? We're womping. You put a womp worthy one up. You did good.
All right, guys.
Yep, it's 10 here.
Good night, everyone. Y'all have a good week.
Night, yes, good night, everyone. We're going to, it's just a hoarder home.
Till next Wednesday. Y'all have a good one.
Yes, good night, all. We're going to wait for this hurricane to pass on through.